Hello everyone, in this introductory video, we will look at what is medical terminology, its importance, what is word root, prefix and suffix with the example, and we'll learn how to decode a medical term. So let's start the tutorial. What is medical terminology? Medical terminology is a specialized vocabulary used by healthcare professionals to describe the human body, its conditions, procedures, and treatments. It provides a universal language that ensures clear and accurate communication among doctors, nurses, pharmacists, researchers, and other healthcare providers, regardless of their native language or geographic location. Without a standardized system, miscommunication could lead to serious errors in diagnosis and treatment. So, why medical terminology is important? First, clarity and precision. Medical terms are highly specific, leaving little room for misinterpretation. For example, gastritis immediately tells you it's an inflammation of the stomach, unlike a general term like stomach ache. Efficiency. Using precise terms saves time and documentation and communication. A long description can be condensed into a single medical term. Professionalism. Understanding and using medical terminology is a hallmark of professionalism in healthcare. Patient safety. Accurate communication through standardized terminology directly contributes to a patient's safety by minimizing errors in diagnosis, treatment, and medication administration. Finally, research and education. It allows for the consistent recording and analysis of medical data crucial for research, education, and advancement of medicine. Okay, what are the building blocks of medical terminology? Most medical terms are derived from ancient Greek and Latin words. They are typically constructed from four basic components. First one is root, that means word root. A word root is a foundation of a medical term and contains its primary meaning. All medical terms have at least one root word. Second one, prefix, a word that added to the beginning of a word to modify its meaning. Third, suffix, a word part added to the end of the word to modify its meaning, often indicating a procedure, condition, or disease. You can understand when we look at the examples. Fourth one, combining vowels. A vowel, most commonly O, used to connect word roots to other word roots or to suffixes, make the word easier to pronounce. Okay, let's see. First one, word roots. Word roots are the core meaning of medical term, often referring to a body part, organ, or substance. So here, let's see one word root, cardi. Cardi is meaning heart. So example, cardiology. So cardiology here, cardi mean heart, ology is a study of. So the meaning is study of heart. Second one, gast. Meaning is stomach. For example, gastritis. Here, gast means stomach. Itis mean inflammation. So the meaning is inflammation of the stomach. Third one, nephr. The meaning is kidney. For example, nephrectomy. Here, nephr it is kidney. Ectomy means surgical removal. So the full meaning is surgical removal of a kidney. Word root oste mean bone. So for example, osteoporosis. Here, osteo bone. Porosis is porous condition. So the meaning is condition of porous of bones. Similarly, pulmon. Pulmon meaning is lung. For example, pulmonary. Here, pulmon is lung. Eri means pertaining to. So, the full meaning is pertaining to lungs. Other word root is hepat. Hepat meaning liver. For example, hepatitis. Here, hepat meaning liver. Itis mean inflammation. So, full meaning is inflammation of the liver. Derm meaning skin. For example, dermatitis. Here, derm is skin, itis is inflammation. Conjoining letter is A. So the meaning is inflammation of the skin. Other word root is hem or hemat. The meaning is blood. For example, hematology. So here breakdown is hemat is blood, ology is study. So study of blood. The word root is neuro. The meaning is nerve. So for example, term is neurology. Here, neuro is nerve. Ology mean study of. So full meaning is study of the nervous system. Similarly, arth meaning joint. For example, arthritis. Here arth mean joint, itis mean inflammation. So full meaning is inflammation of a joint. Encephal meaning brain. For example, encephalitis. Encephal is brain, itis is inflammation. So full meaning is inflammation of the brain. When you study anatomy of systems, anatomy wise medical terminology, you will understand these things very easily in later part of the tutorials. In my other tutorials, so please follow my channel and subscribe. Second one is prefixes. Prefixes often indicate location, time, number, or statuses. For example, prefix a or n mean without or not. For example, aphasia. Here a is without, phasia means speech, so meaning is without speech. Brady means slow. For example, bradycardia. Here cardia is heart, so the meaning is slow heart rate. This means painful, difficult, or abnormal. For example, dyspnea. Here this is difficult. Apnea means breathing, so difficult in breathing. Hyper means excessive or above normal. For example, hypertension. Hyper means excessive, tension means pressure. So the meaning is high blood pressure. Hypo means deficient or below normal. For example, hypoglycemia. Hypo means deficient, gly means sugar, emia means blood condition. So low blood sugar. Inter means between. So example, intercostal means inter between, costal means rib, so between the ribs. Intra means within. For example, intravenous. Here intra means within, ven means vein, us means pertaining to. So meaning is within a vein. Let's see some more examples. Poly means many or much. For example, polyuria. Poly many, urea means urine. So meaning is excessive urination. Tachy means fast. For example, tachycardia. Here tachy fast, cardia means heart. So fast heart rate. Sub means under or below. Example, subcutaneous. Sub means under, cutaneous means skin, us means pertaining to. So under the skin. Uni means one. For example, unilateral. So pertaining to one side. Bi means two. For example, bilateral. So here meaning is pertaining to two sides. Pre means before. For example, prenatal. That is pre before. Net mean birth, and mean pertaining to. So before birth. Post mean after. Post operative mean after surgery. Post mean after, operate mean surgery, IV mean pertaining to. So answer. So the meaning is after surgery. So the third part is suffixes. Suffixes are usually indicate procedure, condition which is part of speech. For example, itis mean we have already seen. Itis mean inflammation. For example, appendicitis. Here appendix is appendix, itis is inflammation. So inflammation of the appendix. Ectomy meaning surgical removal. For example, tonsillectomy. Here tonsil is tonsil. Ectomy means surgical removal. So surgical removal of tonsils. Ostomy means surgically create an opening. For example, colostomy. Here col means colon. Ostomy means create opening. So full meaning is surgically create an opening in the colon. Otomy means incision or cutting into. For example, tracheotomy means trachea, otomy incision. So incision into the trachea. Ology means study of. For example, biology. Biology means study of life. Algia means pain. For example, myalgia. That means muscle pain. So let's continue some more example. Emia means blood condition. For example, anemia. Anemia means condition of lacking blood. Pathy means disease. For example, neuropathy. Here neuro is nerve. Pathy means disease. So disease of the nerves. Osis means abnormal condition. For example, osteoporosis. Here osteo is bone. Porosis is a porous condition. That means abnormal condition of porous of bones. Scopy means visual examination. For example, endoscopy. Here endo means into, scopy means visual examination. So visual examination of inside a body cavity. Graphy means process of recording. For example, angiography. Here angi is vessel. Graphy is process of recording. So full form is process of recording blood vessels. Gram means record. That means picture. For example, electrocardiogram. Here elect is electrical, cardi is heart, gram is record. So full form is record of electrical activity of the heart. Fourth one is combining vowels and combining forms. A combining vowel, usually O, is used to ease pronunciation when a word root is joined to another word root or a suffix that begins with the consonant. When a word root is combined with a combining vowel, it forms a combining form. For example, word root gust, that is means stomach. Combining vowel is O, and word root enter, that is intestine. and suffix is itis, inflammation. So when you incorporate all of these forms, you can get gastroenteritis. So the full form is gastroenteritis. Similarly, let's take another example. Word root is osti, that is bone. Combining word vowel is o. Suffix is pathy. So you can rather say osteopathy, you can say osteopathy. How to decode medical terms? Learning to break down medical terms into their component parts is key to understanding their meaning. So follow these steps. First one, start with the suffix. So read the meaning of the suffix first. Then move to the prefix if present. So interpret the prefix next. Then identify the root word. So understand the core meaning provided by the roots. Then combine the meaning. So pull all the meanings together in the correct order. So suffix, prefix, then root word. So let's see some examples. So when you take nephrolithiasis, here first we have to say take the suffix. Suffix here is iasis. Iasis means abnormal condition. There's no prefix. The root word one is nephro, that is kidney. Root word two, lith, is stone. So the combined form is abnormal condition of kidney stones. Let's take another example, cholecystectomy. Here the suffix is ectomy, that is means surgical removal. There's no prefix. The word root is cholecysto, that is gallbladder. So the combined form is surgical removal of the gallbladder. So let's see some interesting part here. So due to Greek and Latin origin of medical terms, the conventions for changing from singular to plural endings are dictated by the specific set of guidelines as demonstrated in the table below. For example, when a word ending with a, the plural ending as ae. For example, vertebra is the singular, plural is vertebrae. If the word is ending with en, the plural ending with ina. For example, lumen, lumina. Similarly, x, ices. For example, index, indices. Is into es. For example, prognosis, prognosis. Ma to mata. For example, stigma, stigmata. Nx into ngx. For example, phalanx into phalanges. Similarly, on into a. For example, phenomenon, phenomena. Likewise, serum, sera. Thrombus, us into thrombi, I. So like that, the singular to plural changing occurs. So you will learn in detail when you go to the section wise tutorial. So let's see some common medical abbreviations and acronyms. So the abbreviation BP is blood pressure, CPR is cardiopulmonary resuscitation, H and simple X means history, NPO means nothing by mouth, that means nothing per oral, STAT means immediately, DX means diagnosis, TX means treatment, OTC means over the counter, DM means diabetes mellitus, FUO means fever of unknown origin, MRI is magnetic resonance imaging, PRN is as needed, TID is 3 types a day, SX means symptoms, ROM means range of motion, SOB means shortness of breath. So there are so many abbreviations available in medical terminology. So you will learn them in detail when you go for the chapter wise tutorial. So this is the short introduction to the medical terminology. So please check my playlist. There I have created the system wise terminology with the anatomy and pathophysiology description. So it will be very easy to understand the medical terminology, anatomy with the pathophysiology. So please subscribe my channel and stay with me. Thank you.